In such a seventh week as this, and the third day, which is Tuesday, I intend to look straight
I mean, I've been so focused on the Super Bowl, I totally forgot that my birthday is coming up. I totally.
All right. Uh, we have a total of February 3rd. Don't mind, let me say that. 13th. That was yesterday. To World Radio Day. And then I commissioned 100 of uh, radio, the transmission program of the world from for Africa DG issue, so there's no points there. I also have here questions and answers for the policy and custom around the world, the constitution, police. Uh, that's a transition of the black, blue uniform police officers and all sorts, and that's giving us a brand new name. Instead, will have been defunded. So we have here uh, the custom. So I'm taking them up myself from mainland so that there won't be loopholes. Now, is Oxford Lutz the headquarters of Greater Lagos? What are the last things signed in the Fourth Republic? What are the first things signed in the Fifth Republic? The first return officer is whom and why are he one Adigbite? P1 plus 5 had organized a 10 minutes debate between Green State winner Abubakar Atiku of the first electoral system established and aspirants, and then we have about 4 parties. The first time Africa Federation will be holding election. It was 7 days, 4 days for campaigning and the other 3 days for election. Between the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th week of 2023. And then the husband of Ministers of Work, her name is Oluremi Tinubu, Africa. What transpired between Buhari High avec His Majesty Godwin Emefiele Ifeanyi of a 100 million naira? Court system of the world and the ICC dissolved. This makes Amalia Catherine to take office effectively daily on the DG issues matters at Alimosho to start with. I think that had actually pointed to a greater future, having something very close to tagging on her that way. But yet, the Shiloh actually began the total beginning of the transition worldwide, installed at Alimosho. And then Ozi was the first book in the Constitution that talks majorly on such Shiloh, which God said He doesn't want also in the book of Isaiah. He said He doesn't want all this Shiloh. He doesn't want all this solemn feast and Shiloh and all these things because they are not in the right time. But we have come of age, and NASA checked everywhere. We have all checked everywhere. We guarantee that movement. Ozi sees maybe the 6th zone. One said, "Come and let us return unto the Lord, for He had turned and He will heal Yahweh." Basically, He will heal the United States by giving it the Spirit. He said He will give us the Spirit. He had smitten, and he will bind the United States up again. That's what Jah is going to do. Jah is going to bind us up again. Up again, up again. I think what we have here is basically the character of such Shiloh is about white garments, to the point that it bodies a seraphim, and it took away a cherubim issue, took up seraphim. That's a cherubim and seraphim. It did that on the 15th day of January 2023, the third week, where he called everybody and took that aspect. We're going to be looking at all these things very neatly. If you then remain in such, and his words now remain in Yahweh, said that is where you can now ask and your wishes, and it will be done to you. It is in this one that we can basically say that as the disciples continued to worry about their lack of physical bread when they are asking for the journey that we are into now, how much is it going to take? What is going to be this? How much is the budget? That's why I was saying, answer that question. If you can answer that question, what were the last things signed? What are the things signed? If you think about anything in the middle, it's about walkie-talkie that was yesterday, radio here and there. Well, you can detect what the fault. Today is 14. Jesus remains or reminded them of his miraculous. Don't forget those sleeping tongue we find around the world. Try to pronounce this, say something else. Go and stop that shit now before I read you. Provisions of bread, the feeding of the 5,000. Maybe there's 50 public, and then they have 4,000. We've been through that. Maybe they fortifying the wall instead. He then upbraided them for their lack of trust in God, and aren't we like the apostles? We too, in this generation, easily get preoccupied with the problems, needs, and worries of the present moment, and we forget the most important reality of God. That's where the Shiloh is located. It was ignited more than 2,023 years ago. But the bright light of it came on the 5th day of February. God, our abiding presence with us, meaning we cannot start the Shiloh. We cannot actually get Alimosho together without Joe Biden's presence. You cannot miss that, because actually having a Africa-America program of more than 55 to 75 billion dollars. When the people of Israel wandered in the deserts, homeless and helpless for 40 years, God was with them every step of the way, and he provided for them shelter, food, water, and provisions are the things going to be provided for the people around the neighborhood. You shave your hair, you be fasting. As long as they trust in him, each day he gave them just what they need. Just teach us to trust in him, abiding presence with us, and his promise to provide us what we need each and every day today to live as his sons and daughters. Do you pray with joy, confidence? Father, give us this day our daily bread. On the next time, we turn out to know what we teach you instead, and it's practical, and that's the base of Tuesdays. You had found a Bible-based institution, and I want Yahweh to give God the first base. This is what we call Rihanna.